Hey everybody, welcome to another Blu-ray haul. This one is going to be gigantic. I have been saving up a lot of Blu-rays this month. Apparently early October, the last Blu-ray haul I had a lot of things as well, but this one actually has at least double that. So, also there was a Criterion Flash Sale that happened. I had to pick up something from that, and there's just so much that's going on bombarding me with so many great sales, and I'm really looking forward to showing you what I have. So let's stop talking about this and let's just go straight into my picks. Alright, so let's start off really strong with the Criterion Flash Sale. I only got one thing this time. It was on Criterion's website where they had 50% off, and the thing that I picked up was the Apu trilogy. Now these are some films from, I want to say, the late 50s, the mid and late 50s. There's a trilogy right here, directed by, I'm going to just really butcher this, Satyajit Ray. I don't know, but we have Song of the Little Road, The Unvanquished, and The World of Apu. This is a trilogy. I really don't know much about this. I am just really looking forward to watching this. I've had this on my radar for quite some time. I was either going to get this or the War trilogy, but I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be some classic Indian cinema that I'm really looking forward to and looking to explore. So let's look at the box real quick. So The World of Apu is the last one we have here. Let's just go to the beginning one. So we got Pathar Panchali, Song of the Little Road. The next one is the next year after that, Aparjito, The Unvanquished, and then finally the last one is Apur Sensar. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing this at all, and honestly probably people will stop looking at these videos because I am just pronouncing all these things wrong, but I'm really looking forward to the Apu trilogy. Alright, next we're going to talk about a couple things that I picked up up north when I went to KC on a little trip. The first one being A Single Man. This is Tom Ford's first movie. You know, that costume and makeup designer, or I guess he's a clothing designer of some sort. But he made Nocturnal Animals a couple years back. I really have liked his style, although the very beginning of Nocturnal Animals is very jarring. But I'm really looking forward to this because I really love Colin Firth, and I also really like Julianne Moore, and I've heard this is a good movie, and so I got it for a decent price, and I got it at Half Price Books, so good choice there. So, good price there. Alright, next is actually a movie that when I went up to Kansas City, I actually went to the Alamo Draft House there, and they actually have some of their movies there that is no longer really a company anymore. The first one that I got was Bullhead. This is the other cover. I'll show you what it looks like. This is a film that is kind of like another film I'm going to be talking about a little bit later on in this Blu-ray haul, but it is a boxing film, and it is called Bullhead, and it won the best. Well, it was a nominee for Academy Award for the best foreign film. And Bullhead is a Dutch film actually, so it's from the Netherlands. So I'm really looking forward to checking out this movie. And I've heard good things about this. I've looked into it a little bit, and I'm really looking forward to watching this. I might double feature this with A Prayer Before Dawn, which I'll talk about in a little second. All right, next I got a film that I have never seen. I've heard about, and I get a lot of comparisons I've heard with The Disaster Artist. But Ed Wood. This is a Tim Burton film with Johnny Depp. I have not really seen this movie. I've heard it's quite comical, but it has a lot of the similar plots to Disaster Artist, where you got this this person who's kind of really eccentric and quite a character trying to make a name for himself in Hollywood. And so it's a black and white film, I believe. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not the biggest Tim Burton fan, but I'm really looking forward to it. I've heard really good things about it, so I can't wait to watch it. All right, next I will talk about a film that is the second in a trilogy, the Death Trilogy. I didn't really know this, but Alejandro Iñárritu came out with a trilogy. He originally had Amaros Perros, he had 21 Grams, and you have Babel. So recently I saw Amaros Perros, and I guess this is the unofficial kind of sequel. This is like a trilogy. They're not really related, but 21 Grams, I have not seen this yet. This is with Sean Penn. We have Benicio del Toro and Naomi Watts. I've been really... this is one of the ones that kind of just slipped my radar, because I've had Babel for a while too, and I haven't seen that either. So luckily I'm watching them in order, and I think they're all going to be loosely connected in a way, just to show just Iñárritu's powerful storytelling that I really enjoyed. So I can't wait to watch this movie. It's going to be a good one. I got it for about 10 bucks, so it's a good price. Next is a more modern film. It's actually a Blumhouse film that I am not really big on, but people have been telling me to watch it, and I'm going to watch it finally, and that's Upgrade. I'm really looking forward to this. Now that it's October, It's about to end. I'm going to watch this really, really soon. Who knows, I might even do an October series on it. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to this. It'll be a fun time. If you don't know about Upgrade, then check it out. Alright, next is a movie I just talked about with Bullhead. It is a great pairing, and that is A Prayer Before Dawn. This is starring Joe Cole. This is a film that it looked really, really interesting when I watched all of the trailers, and I've been wanting to watch a little bit more about it because it never even made like a wide release here in my area, and you couldn't see it in theaters. And so I was really, and it sneakily came out, I guess, a little bit earlier on in the month, and so I'm looking forward to this. I've heard nothing but great things. Movie Chatter gives recommendation. I think it's a great pick. So Prayer Before Dawn. Alright, next is what I just got recently today. Target, and my local Target, is doing a buy two get one free sale, and so I just decided to jump in on this, and here's 3 movies that I picked up. The first one being American Animals. Now this is a true story, kind of, by Bart Layton, who wrote the film and directed it, but I'm really looking forward to checking this movie out. It's got some just crazy people in it, and it's a true life story about these 4 kids who go into this library and try to steal something that is really, really valuable. And that's really all I knew about the movie going in. So I'm looking forward to watching it. I know I'm not really saying too much on it because I haven't seen it yet, and so I really can't say much on it. But looking forward to checking that out. Next is a movie that is another one that came to town fairly recently, but I haven't really seen it yet. And that one is Don't Worry, You Won't Get Far on Foot. I've been looking forward to seeing this for quite some time. It's got Joaquin Phoenix in it, Jack Black, Jonah Hill as well, and we also got Rooney Mara, who I love in all the films that I've seen her in. I am looking forward to this. It's directed by Gus Van Sant, so it could either be a hit or miss. So I've heard good things about it. I'll check it out. Alright, the last thing I picked up at Target was a movie that was one of my favorites of the year so far, and that is 8th Grade. 8th Grade is directed by Bo Burnham, who, if you don't know, is a comedian. He started on YouTube, and he also has quite a great collection of specials, but he made this really, really in-depth story, just kind of the last couple of weeks of an 8th grader as she's transitioning into high school, and the reality of what modern things are happening in the world for these people who are stuck in this position. And also, it's a time in life where no one really remembers loving it. So 8th Grade, I'm really looking forward to checking this movie out. Alright, that is the end of the Target thing. Next, I got a couple things in the mail that I recently picked up. The first one being Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. This is with Kevin Spacey and John Cusack. I don't really know much about it. I've just been recommended 100 times by a couple of my friends, and really, really enjoyed this movie, so I'm looking forward to checking it out myself. Another one that I got in the mail was a Paul Newman original, and that is The Verdict, another movie that I've been wanting to watch for quite some time that I've had on my list, but it eventually came up that it was really, really cheap, and I picked it up, and so I can't wait to watch this movie either. It's going to be a classic. Next, we're going to go into some October stuff that I recently picked up and watched myself, too. And the first one being the remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. This is with, we got Jeff Goldblum right there. We've got Donald Sutherland right there. We got a really great cast here as well. Leonard Nimoy's in here as well. I really enjoyed this movie. It has a little bit of a body horror-esque kind of element to it, but I really enjoyed all of the practical effects and a lot of the twists and turns this movie has. It's actually quite a good time, and I recommend it. And it's also the Scream Factory edition. It's got the nice collector's slip disc, and you can change, you know. You can change the covers, and I always love that. Alright, next is a movie that I've had for quite some time. I got rid of it. I picked it back up because it was like $3 or $4. And that movie I've been really going back and forth with, but it might be my favorite Terry Gilliam film, and that's 12 Monkeys. And this is Brad Pitt, we got Bruce Willis, and we also have Madeline Stowe, which I don't really know her very well. But I really like this movie, but I also really don't. It's a weird movie. Terry Gilliam's a weird director that I'm either hit or miss with. This one's a little bit more streamlined for me, that I like it a little bit better. It's not as chaotic and like flashy as the other ones are in that 90s kind of sense. And so I'm checking out 12 Monkeys. I really like the movie. I need to check it out again. I remember how crazy Brad Pitt was in this movie, in the insane asylum, and how crazy the whole situation is. So, can't wait to watch that. My next October series on, and that'll be Trick or Treat. I really like this movie. I saw it years and years ago, and yes, this is not the collector's edition for the Scream Factory. I'm sorry. But I got this relatively cheap, around $6 or $7. I'm really waiting, and I cannot wait to see this anthology again, and with kind of new eyes. I saw it probably about a decade ago, and I remember it being all these different stories kind of meshing together, and in a really kind of tasteful way, and I enjoyed it. It's definitely not one of the greatest Halloween movies ever, but it's not one of the worst. It's like right in the middle, and it has, you know, elements of scare and also like surprise, and there's a lot of twists and turns, and I like it. I really enjoy this movie, and so I can't wait to talk about it a little bit more in depth as my next video is going to pop up. Alright, down to the last few bits. I guess I can talk about my DVDs that I picked up, actually. I ordered, finally, Always Sunny in Philadelphia Season 11 and Season 12. I have been waiting to get these for quite some time. They're pretty expensive, and also what really sucks is these are really poorly made. And I mean, these are just like, it's like Fox, 20th Century Fox, FX I guess, whoever has it now, does not care to put these in good things. And so like it just feels like it's a disc that you can burn stuff on yourself. And so, but anyway, I love this show. I've been really wanting to see Season 12. I haven't seen Season 12 yet. I've seen Season 11, but I love Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I hope you do too. It's a great show. Lots of terrible people. Unfortunately, they're DVDs, but I digress. Next is a couple movies I picked up in the mail, and also some recommendations from somebody. Movie Chatter also recommended me checking out Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. This is the UK version, but it works because it's a Region A, Region 1. Betty Davis and Joan Crawford. I'm looking forward to this. I don't really know much about it, except for what Movie Chatter told me about it, so I'm looking to check this movie out soon. Next is another movie that is kind of related to Halloween, and that is the original Omen. I've been seeing that new Omen collection. I don't know if it's new. It's got all the Omens in it. I don't want that thing. I only want the first one. And I'm talking about the one with Gregory Peck. And so I have not seen all of the Omen, but I'm really looking forward to it, and I might watch it on Halloween night. So who knows? Alright, the last two movies are some big ones. The first one being the last movie by Aleski German, and that is Hard to Be God. This is a Kino Lorber release. It's got a black case. This is like a 3-hour-long movie. It's going to be a really nasty and gritty movie. That's all I've heard, and I've heard really gnarly things about it, and so I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also dreading it at the same time. Alright, and last but not least, a movie that fell under my radar that has been told by a lot of my friends to check out, and that is The Rider. That came out earlier this year. I've been looking forward to checking this movie out. It's got a lot of praise on it, and so I got it on Blu-ray finally, and I can't wait to check it out. It's got Sony Pictures Classic, so I'm already sold. I love that distributor company. So, those are all the movies I picked up, and there was quite a bit. And so I hope you stick around. Sorry for my incoherent rambling. I do that a lot. And honestly, I don't have really much to say about each of the films, because a lot of them I haven't seen before, but are recommendations. So what'd you think of my picks? Did you enjoy that I got a giant pile of movies? I want you to give me a like, comment down below. Don't forget to share this video. Hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell as well, and I'll see you next time. I'm not jonesing around.